At last, Mr. Charles Reed. What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes van der Berg, at your service. I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Ah, much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
You said you know someone who can help me with my...
Such vivid... Don't... Fair... Most look... Take...
How do you fill your days, Mr. Vanderberg?
I host a philosophy club. No.
Oh.
Don't worry about that. I'm the kind of man... We'll meet again, Mr. Reed.
I don't care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is fine.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator, just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. That he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers. Mark my words.
I've heard you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouth-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy lions occupy half this damn city. Port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the Shells. They are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Hardly. They've taken work from local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention the crimes have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you. Not good at tracking down missing people. I'll find out.
What makes you think that you can do it? Vermont is not exactly friendly to your rivals.
Let's just say I tend to see something that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to do? orders. Sounds like you can use everything I can get.
Fair. You have a point, Yama.
It's really a question, but I've never met a man quite like you before.
That's because no man measures up to the throne lineage. Proud, powerful, unlimited through our veins. My father united us as a royal family, which has blessed all our offspring with these exquisite features.
Sounds like you didn't say Vera. What is that?
You had to get used to your dialect, outsider. It is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating land. Vera, it's fine. I will say, we have a deal.
I see. Thank you. I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Teddy, did you not listen at all? I'll tell you everything. After leaving the expedition, Albert was found ashore in my lifeboat. His fishermen simply brought him to our house and then left to call me. When I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop looking to see for yourself.
Not the house where this all happened.
For pity's sake, I thought you were a private eye. Was standing right in front of it.
You mentioned the lifeboat. Still around?
Yes. Face the house, then to the left is a beach that borders a fence. You'll find it there.
As much as I'm enjoying the weather, Mr. Throckmorton, it's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp. Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, my head. What? Who are you? Are you police? I've already told them everything.
It's okay. I'm Charles Reed, Private Eye. Mr. Throgmorton,
Oh, okay.
I want to know what happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis. Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious, barely breathing.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room. Then he started to make these horrible sounds and... okay. My head began to burst. And he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing. Just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me.
Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will. Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and we moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. It was add or starve.
Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. Kay be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky rascal missed everything. And I have no idea what Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
Do you know how Paul died?
I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. Kay have mercy on his soul.
Who is this K you keep mentioning?
Outsiders, show some respect. Kay is our lord, our light, our love.
Sorry, I didn't know. I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself, Will.
Please, detective, sir, tell me the truth. Could it be me? Did I kill Paul? Or Kay? Did I kill him?
I don't know yet, Will. And the police will stop anyone coming in or out of here, so I suggest you just try and get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might dream.
It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over
Let's see what
like
you
this.
find, newcomer.
It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Choo-choo. Ahem. Choo-choo. Ahem.
Grenna, Nehri, Grenna, Gebhal, Nugulina, Haftin.
this, ape face.
What's happening?
Yeah, run!
Okay, let's see what we have here.
Yeah, run! Take this, ape face.
What's happening? What's happening?
Take this, ape face. Yeah, run!
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled. There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee. It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this. There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee. So the fisherman pursued Albert, even let off a few shots. There's something in the pocket. The blood is fresh. Whoever it belongs to could not have got far. won't budge. Mr. Throgmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news.
No.
Yeah, I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry, but he was murdered. Shot in the head and the body hidden.
No. It cannot be true. No, no, no. I don't believe it. No.
My condolences, Mr. Throgmorton. I had hoped for a happier outcome.
Your condolences will not bring him back. So much of our blood spilled for nothing. So tell me you know who did it. I want to look him in the eyes, make him beg.
Seems like he was a fisherman by the name of Lewis.
Lewis it is, then. What do you know of him?
Turns out you were right. He's an Innsmouther.
Nah. Those filthy scum have done it now. When I'm through with them, they will rue the day they dared lay a finger on a Throgmorton. Bring me that dirtbag, Lewis. He and I are due a reckoning. Do this for me, and I'll help you with anything you need.
I've said everything I know.
Stay alert! Monsters lurk underground. They're everywhere.
Ugh, I'll miss the carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure.
Come closer, troubled soul. Let me...
You're some kind of...
Yes, my dear, yes.
Seems a little...
I...
Alright, how much?
And I'll make it...
Some other time. Maybe.
As you wish.
Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you want?
I'm looking for a man by the name of Lewis Flynn. Any chance he...
Yeah, even if I knew, I don't rat.
Robert Throgmorton hired me to investigate his son's disappearance. I found the note about your debt to Lewis near his cold, dead body. And it looks like Lewis murdered Robert's kid. You want him to...
What?
Don't...
What?
Tell that to Mr. Throgmorton. Smart man. There's your good deed for the day. I've seen some...
So you met a wild beast, newcomer. No, they arrived in the flood. Some say they come.
And what do you say?
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Keep your gun handy. And if you want to erase the memory, remember, better to be a coward and live.
Bye.
What the? Get the... Oh. Hey, who are you? What are you doing?
Charles Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton.
Ugh. That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault.
Calm down. I only want to speak, for now. But no, if you reach for your...
I got nothing to hide.
Start at the beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. Though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throg... But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though. I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was right.
What kind of... why do you... your face, it's,
Oh, so you're here to attack me just because I look different to you? Want to spit on me, whisper to your friends? What's new?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask. I've just never met...
Innsmouther's bodies were blessed by the sea.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head? One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
I don't know what to say.
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throg.
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others...
And so?
We always conspiring by...
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer, huh?
Yeah, a newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont are called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld, the Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right, those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest, have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds. I still have a few bullets.
It turns out I arrived here unprepared for business. You give me a little something to get started.
I knew you'd understand. Here you are, Mr. Reed. Please, I told you the truth, I swear.
The port is closed by order of Robert Throgmorton. Back off.
Just as I suspected, the Innsmouther Lewis is... It seems like he had a bone to pick with your family.
Oh, that scum won't be getting off easy. The whole city shall see what happens when you... Justice, bittersweet as it is, shall be served.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. But I digress. Remind me, what brought you to Oakmont?
I'm looking into an outbreak of erratic...
Indeed. Then our goals align. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may...
A geological expedition? I'm not sure I
have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below.
Do these cases...
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares.
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture.
Her words exactly.
You mentioned the flood.
You weren't here, Mr. Reed. What happened?
Has your expedition found anything? You think your son was killed because the expedition...
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only one I could trust.
It does sound...
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I...
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
If I'm going to...
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throgmorton. I just meant the more
I am a busy man. I funded the research, but left all preparation. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton. I gave you clear instructions, did I not?